Hey everyone, it's Patty from pspapercrafts. Thanks for joining me today. It's Friday. We're going to make another fun fold. I had a great time last week. Some of you know that I went to our convention. It's called On Stage, and we had a blast. It was in Raleigh. I met up with some old friends. We got to see the new catalog, which I can show you just the cover. This is it. Look at how pretty. This is my kind of stuff, all these florals. So can't show you inside yet. This will be coming out in May, and I did my pre-order, so I will be sharing some of that with you in April once I get everything. And I don't know, it's exciting. We had a great time. So anyway, let's go through what today's card is. This is called a Matchbox card. So it looks like a match card, right? There's a staple back here. So we hide that with a piece of the designer series paper, and it just closes in there. And I thought this was great for a guy. Good things come to those who wait. And then it's a retirement card, but you can make it whatever. And I should have moved this guy up a little bit. I feel like it was too low. I didn't really think. It doesn't go down too far. It's not a full, but I should have just moved them up. So we'll keep that in mind for the next one. And the paper that I'm using is this great plaid paper. It's really fun. It is called Timeless Plaid, and it has just all kinds of, and I like the blue. That's the boho blue. I like all of the different colors, and it's great for masculine cards. And boho blue is one of the colors that will retire. We have in colors, and every year we come out with 5 new in colors, and then they last for 2 years and then they retire. So boho blue is one of those. So if you really love it, you might want to, catch up, order ahead and before they go out, because they will have like our last chance list of products once they, get the old out for the new. And I'll be sharing that with you as soon as it comes out. So what else did I use here? So I used the Gone Fishing for the inside, and then I use these. I'm going to use these on today's card too, the Everyday Arches dies, and these are great. It's just all these nested arches, and I have these 2 laying aside because I'm going to use them, so I remembered which ones. So you just can nest them. For this card, I used this one, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I went down to 7. So this is it's 2 down. On this next card, I'm going to use 5 and 6. So I'm going to just lay them like this and put them aside. And then I added some of these adhesive back texture dots, and these are very masculine. So that's what I used for this card. Of course, we're going to use different product. Let me get that. It's right here. I thought I had it aside. So this is the paper. This is on the last chance right now, and I believe it's like 8 1/4 or something like that. It was a $12.50. It's called Serene Love, and it is very pretty. We're going to use this, the daisies. So it's Old Olive and Night of Navy, and I think Lost Lagoon. Yeah, Lost Lagoon. And it's really pretty. I love that. And the stripes. So I didn't really use much of it, and now it's going to retire. So we're going to use the Old Olive on that, and I have my pieces somewhat cut. So we're using a 1/2 piece of thick white cardstock, and I'll have all of the measurements on a project sheet below this video. If you look at the description, there'll be a link for a project sheet, so you don't have to worry about writing them all down now. So this is a 1/2 piece of 8 1/2 by 11, so it's 4 1/4 by 11. Okay, so we are going to score it at 1, and you can score it on this side, or if you want to have this to help you, you can score it on this side. Okay, so we'll get our scoring blade and just score this. Okay, so pretend we did it this way. I like to do when I'm only doing one. It seems a little bit rough here. It's nice to have this whole guide here. And then the next score is 6 1/4. So we have to take this and open it. And the 6 1/4 is funny because the arm is right in the way. So if you look at 6, and if you go, it's right on that. There's the half, and then there's the quarter. I don't know if you can see it. Let me just show it to you. But there's another way, just in case that's hard. So it's this long line that's in this gray area. But if you don't want to do it that way, I was just thinking about this, you could score on this side, which would be, where are we? 4 3/4. So let me just show you what I mean. So the 1 inch is here. So you scored it at 1 inch, and you're going to come out to 6 1/4. Or you can go this way and do 4 3/4. Because when you go between 6 and 7, it's just difficult. Okay, so if I turn this around, I've got the 1, and then if I went to 6 1/4, it would be right here where my line is that I just scored at 4 3/4. But I will explain all of that in the project sheet, so you can do it whichever way you want. And I guess I could do, maybe I'll do it this way. I'll do the 4 1/4 and then move out to, this would be 10. Maybe that's a better way to explain it. So instead of 1 6 1/4, we're going to do 4 3/4 and 10. We're going to go that way. Okay, I hope I didn't confuse all of you. So let's just fold this and burnish it, and you're going to know exactly what we're doing here. You're going to see that we have our matchbook. And I think this is like an old one. So this is how it's going to go. And we're going to actually, this looks off a little. I'm going to trim that off. We're going to staple it to keep it closed, but I think I cut this crooked. So if you ever fold it and you're off a little bit, you know, you could try to, well, maybe it's just how I scored it or how I burnished it. Let me just fix that. So we're going to just come out. I think I didn't burnish it right. I thought maybe I cut it crooked. So if it's ever off a little bit, you can just trim off whatever's hanging. You know, when we measure and cut, it's not always perfectly exactly right. So I thought we would do this. And then we're going to do 2 of the arches. I'm going to do 1 in this and 1 in this. So let's get the arches out. I put them up here. So we will use, this is Old Olive. I'm hoping it's not too busy. We'll see. I'm not going to stamp on the inside like this one. I'm going to put this in there. So we'll have to see. Let's get our machine out. And so let's see if we can cut these at the same time. So I have a piece of Old Olive, and I have my base, my number 2, my number 3, which is the cutting. And we're going to put this on there. And this is going to be a little tight. I just go under there and put this on there. And then another number 3, and I'm going to hang it over the front. And just run her through. Okay. So let's see how these come out. Put this away. All right. I love these arches. I think this is such a great die set. And you don't even have to really use the stamp set that goes with it. The stamp set has some nice arch that will fit in if you want to stamp it, but I kind of wanted to just use these. So what do you think? Is that too busy? That looks a little busy to me. So I am going to, what am I going to do? I think I'm going to change it up because I like this. I think I'm going to get a piece. I'm going to step away and we're going to emboss a piece of white. Sound good? Okay, so I have a piece of white and I'm going to emboss it with the Exposed Brick 3D embossing folder. So this is 4 1/8 by 4 5/8, and that's what the designer series paper was as well. So let's get this going. This is a 3D embossing folder, and it says it right here. but you can also tell that it's stiff. You can't like really bend it, so that's your clue. And we are going to put this in. I like to just line it up along the line here. Let me get my machine. And we are going to swap out all the plates. We're going to have a base plate. And then this is the specialty plate, a number 4. So we're using a number 1 and a number 4. We'll put this on. I like to put the folded side down, the not where it opens. And we'll run this through. And we'll see how it looks. I mean, we can go back to the paper, but I just think it's a little busy for me. Let's put this down. And this is pretty. I didn't want to do anything too deep and, you know, that would jump out. So here is this, and it still has the little white. With this, you could actually use the old olive if you wanted to do for your background. But I think this is good. Okay, and this is going to throw off. I was going to use this. I'm throwing off my game here. I was going to put this down here. Maybe it'll still work. That'll be okay, right? I mean, I could put another embossed one, but I think that works. So that's pretty versus this. Let's move this out of the way. So whichever you like better. I'm going to go with this and this. All right, so now that we've got that out of the way, let's adhere down, and we want to do the inside layer. So let me just tell you, the stamp set that I decided to use, it's really cute. It's called Happiest Day, and I'm going to put so excited for you and then wishing you the happiest birthday. And I'm going to use this dragonfly, which I just think is really cute. So we want to get the inside layer in before we do any stapling, and let's decorate that first. I have my wishing you the happiest birthday, and I'm trying to decide. I'm going to do the old olive. I'm going to use berry burst as well, so I'm trying to decide whether to put old olive on the inside or berry burst, but I'm going to go with the old olive. I feel like this whole paper is crooked. I like to have it straight, but let's see. I think I need more ink in this. Wishing you the happiest birthday. Perfect. And then I'll have to make sure I don't go too far down. We're going to stamp in black memento the dragonfly outline. We don't want it to be too low. And then I want to stamp. There's 2 sets of wings in the stamp set. So I'm going to do them both in berry burst, but I'm going to stamp off on one set. And they don't line up exact. They're kind of, the bottom ones do, but the top ones are kind of off a little bit. So I'll do the top ones direct. And I have to see, they go up or down. These go up and the other ones go down. And I practiced on it, and I've seen other people do it, and it just doesn't line up exactly. Watch, it does it now. Yeah, see, it's down a little bit. And then I might fix that because I don't like it. I don't know, it just kind of bothers me a little bit. So what I'll do is I might ruin it, but we'll see. Get one of our blender pens, and you can pick up ink, and I might just kind of fill it in a little bit so it's not so white. This is great for blending. You can actually blend your inks. You can blend our watercolor pencils. I'm going to just dab it a little bit more, get a little bit more color. So it's not so white. That doesn't look so bad. Here's a little bit of white here. And it could be me. And then to clean this, you just do this until there's no more ink left on it. Okay. And then you can use it on any color. These are great. I used to use them all the time, and now I feel like I don't use them anymore. We're going to do this again for the front, so I may speed that up. So let's put this down with our Seal Plus. And we're just going to put it inside with just a tiny little border. Okay. And then we can staple this down. I was thinking that I wanted to put ribbon, but maybe I won't. I'm just going to staple it down. I'm talking to myself as we're doing this, so just bear with me. So we want this to come down in here, and you'll see there's a little bit of space. You don't want to staple up here. You want to staple it down below, and you want to get it. I'm going to put the staple, the nice part of the staple, in the back, because we're going to cover up the bad part. And you can feel the difference here. So you want to go below where it meets, and you want to, so let me just think. We're going down this way, so we want to go this way. So you want to get it kind of in the middle, right, from left to right, and then you want to be lower than, so it's a little bit of a, not a challenge, but, okay, so it's down pretty low, and then this will just come out, and that worked out good. All right. So now we want to decorate. Let's put our strip down here, so that will cover this. You can put ribbon as well, but you have to do it before you staple it. Or you can put it around and try to glue it back there. This is the easiest way to do it. There's probably a trick to doing it the other way, but so you could like put ribbon around it and then kind of stick it behind and tack it down here on either side. Okay, so that is that. Now we want to put this, and you can do either side. There's the embossed and debossed. I'm going to put the embossed side down. And let's put this down. And actually, I like to use liquid glue when I use embossing folders. So it has some like brick and just kind of a rough pattern. And the liquid glue will get in all those nooks and crannies. So it's a good way to do it. You can use your Steel Plus as well. And again, it's a very slight border. And then let's adhere these together. And then we'll pop this up. Or no, we won't pop it up. I'm going to pop up a sentiment. So we're going to put this down flat. I just think these daisies are really pretty in the old olive. They're different. And we want to put this in so we know where to place this, right? And we'll just put some glue on this. Again, nooks and crannies. And then the sentiment, I said we're so excited for you. And I have this little strip, it's a 1/2 inch. And I have the So Excited for You. I think I will do this also in the old olive. So Excited for You. And then we're going to get a little scrap and we're going to try this dragonfly again. And I'm going to fussy cut it. And once I fussy cut it, we'll figure out where we're going to put the sentiment. So, and I'll probably speed it for the fussy cutting because that's kind of boring. So we have that, and then we're going to put the berry burst. This is the large one and this is the small one. Okay. So the large one seems to go up and the small one seems to go down. See, same thing. I'm going to stamp this off just to get a lighter shade. And then I'm going to get that blending pen again and fill it in again. Whoops, that's the wrong thing. Here it is. So we're just going to pick it up and just kind of color it in. This one came out better. It might be my eyes. Okay. I'll clean this off later. You don't need to watch that. So now I'll take my snips and just fussy cut it. I'm going to leave a little bit of white around it. And I'll speed this up. And then we'll put the card, we'll finish the card front. So once you're finished, you can just kind of fine tune it and, you know, cut any angles that are left there. It's funny, when we were at the onstage convention, one of the development managers from Stampin' Up! Who spoke talked about fussy cutting being left-handed, and I'm left-handed if you haven't noticed. And she cuts with her left hand. I never cut with my left hand. There's some things that I do right-handed and some things that I do left-handed, and it all depends. I mean, with sports, I don't really do sports much, but I never know if I'm picking it up with the left hand or the right hand or what. So it's kind of a funny thing. So she said that left-handed people struggle. I feel like this is not straight. That left-handed people struggle with it, and I thought, I think because she's using left-handed scissors. It's tough being left-handed in a right-handed world. So I'm going to just, and this I don't do very well. If you've watched me, you know that. Whoops. Don't drop it. All right. But that's the first time I ever heard anybody actually talk about fussy cutting being different for left-handed people. Some things I tried to learn how to, do we want to put this here? Or up here? I think maybe up here. I tried to do things like crochet, and people just say, sit across from me and do the opposite of me, and that doesn't really work. So I'm feeling like we should put a bow or something down here. Let's get these down first, and then we'll figure that part out. You know, I figure this out as I go, so I hope you don't mind that. Sometimes that people like to see the process. Oh, I have these cut already. Always use all of your dimensionals. Don't leave the outside. Somebody called them the bones once. Don't leave them and throw them away. They're good for strips and different small pieces. So let's put this right up here. So excited for you. And let's put, I think I'll put it down on each wing. Yeah, so I have these. I was going to have the wings kind of free flowing, but I think I'll put them down. It's kind of delicate. And I think this is a really cute little stamp that you can do different colors or different shades. Okay, and let's see if we have a ribbon. So I like this white ribbon. This is the petal pink and white diagonal trim. And I really like the white one. So let's just tie a bow. I mean, you could put it around and like tack it behind here, but I don't think it's necessary. Let's just tie a bow. And this does tie nicely. It's a little bit stiff, which is nice. Okay, now that I said that right, this one we just have to twist it around. Let's try this again. Sorry, it was twisted the wrong way. Before I tighten it, let me fix it. Oh my goodness, come on. I don't know that I made it any better, but all right. That was a long one here. So let's do this and do this. Get rid of all the stuff. I'll just trim this a little bit more. Okay, and let's get a glue dot. And put this right back here. And if you ever have like a unruly bow, you can always stick a glue dot behind here, behind here. All right, do we need to embellish it anymore? I think this is good, right? So excited for you. Wishing you the happiest birthday. And you've got that cute little dragonfly. Now these cards don't stand up, but I think they're cute. Good things come to those who wait. Happy retirement. All right, so that's done for this week. Let's see what we have on the calendar for next week. We'll be at the end of March already. A drop-down gatefold card. There's so many different varieties of gatefold cards. It's amazing. So if you're interested in my inspiration calendar, you can subscribe to my email list. There's a link below here that you can subscribe with. And then every month you'll get a new calendar. Some of the things I do, Fridays I do a video, and then there's sketches and color combos. And then there's just some things for you to have an idea or be inspired to make something that I suggest. So thank you so much and have a great week, and I will see you next week. Bye.